Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Megan and I'm a tarot reader, and in this pick a card I'm going to be sharing divine guidance for you about your next steps in your life. So if you've been feeling confused about your life or just unsure of where you should put your focus, this is the video for you. I'm going to be channeling some messages that can hopefully guide you into the next steps in your life and into finding more alignment. So first of all, as always, you have to choose a card. So I'm showing you the piles right now. We have piles 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I encourage you to take a moment to meditate on the cards. Please go deep, ask your intuition, ask your guides to help you select the pile that is right for you. All right, now that we have that out of the way, we can get started with the readings. First up, we have group 1. All right, group 1, so what I'm first seeing for you is you have a lot of pent-up fiery energy right now. There's a lot of things you want out of life, especially on the physical plane, and you have been trying to get them for quite a while. You may have clicked on this video because you feel like you've been working towards the same exact things for so long, and you want to understand why that is, why the things you want haven't been coming to you as quickly and easily as you want them to. And one of the things is a relationship. For your goddess card, you got the goddess Pele. She's the goddess of divine passion. So you have a lot of passion and you have a lot of love to give. In relationships, you really give your whole heart. But the problem in your life that has been stalling you from getting your goals lately is you actually have been letting yourself fall into really toxic, sometimes relationships where the partner or partners are really demanding your full attention all the time and you're not getting the time to breathe and grow on your own. I'm seeing that also because we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So whenever we see knights, it's people wanting to move forward. The Wands card is wanting to move forward with that fiery communication, business energy. But it is in reverse right now. Your passion and the way that passion has been expressing yourself, the people that have been coming along your path, have been preventing you from moving forward towards your goals. What you're meant to do right now is stop. The oracle card I pulled for you literally just says no. So the step you're supposed to take in your life right now, I know it could be difficult, is to really examine those relationships, especially sexual and romantic relationships. Are you letting people in your orbit who are dragging you down, who are making you feel like you can't work forward to those goals? Now, of course, it's entirely possible to have success in your career and to have success in your love life, but what you need to know, group 1, is the people that you're giving your love to and giving your sexual energy and in turn creative power to, those people are just not giving it back in a reciprocal way. And so your guides are coming through to give some tough love at this moment. The next step in your life, you really have to examine who are you giving yourself to in those ways, and is it truly serving you? Because what you have on the forefront of your mind right now for the next step in your life is really self-mastery and self-ownership. From the tarot deck, I pulled 2 kings for you. This is the King of Cups, and here we have the King of Pentacles. So what's really been on the forefront of your mind is wanting that self-mastery, that mastery of your emotions, of your creativity, and in turn of your finances. So you are a very creative person. I see that really clearly. Oftentimes creative people, we are the ones who kind of dive off the deep end of that passion and have to really sort through those emotions. A lot of the times that is what sparks ideas for our art. But what your guides are telling you is you need to try and abandon that, try and put that in the past, and instead put in these self-preservation tactics. And instead, when you're looking for a partner, be looking for someone that emulates all the creative drive and passion you have, and also who emulates some more stability, someone who is more interested in putting a label on the status of your relationship. So this is more of a specific reading for some of you guys watching, because this is a general reading, but I'm being called to let you know that for a lot of you, the next step in your life is to actually determine the status of your relationship. Because I see a lot of you are giving your energy to these people and you're not sure where you really lie, like what are we conversation. That that is on the forefront of your mind. So I'm really seeing that you're supposed to figure that out for yourself, but tread cautiously again, because we have this no oracle card. I really want you to do the work first on your own of figuring out if these people that you let in your life truly are worthy of you, and if they truly are giving you what you need to work towards your goals, because your goal is to become this very self-masterful person, this person who understands themselves, who can go forward and make their art and feel their emotions. You're just really looking for that more balanced out, mellow energy, because for the last few years of your life, it has been a lot of ups and downs, a lot of the time in the romantic and sexual realms, giving energy that way, and that is truly blocking you. Our creative energy is really connected to our sexual energy, and that can help us a lot when we're with the right people. But for you, there's just been some people that are really taking away your light and it's not working out. So you have to deal with that. That is the next step coming through for you. So good luck, group 1. I know that was a bit of a tough love reading, but sometimes that's how our guides come through. I'm just being called to share with you what is here for your highest good. My heart goes out to you and I hope it goes well. Please subscribe to the channel if you want some further guidance from me in the future. Next up, we have group 2. All right, group 2, so it's a super powerful time for you guys. The goddess card I pulled for you is Athena. Of course, we know she's the goddess of wisdom. You also got the oracle card for transformation and the Ace of Cups in the tarot deck. So you have so much potential for change right now to really shake up your life and embody the person that you came here to be. So I think that you clicked on this video because you were feeling stalled in your life, because you're just feeling trapped and confined, and a lot of the times these are confinements that you've placed on yourself. I'm not seeing that it's really other people confinements or institutions or workplaces that has confined you. It really is you yourself, potentially from limiting beliefs that come from past lives, but you just haven't had the trust that you need to trust your intuition. And that is really what you're being called through to figure out right now. On the Athena card, it says you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. So I know you clicked on this video because you wanted to hear some messages about the next steps in your life, but I know that you guys know what you're supposed to do. For you, you're extremely intuitive beings, you're extremely empathic beings, and I think that's a reason why you can often fall into more caring about other people's affairs and trying to help them. But really what you need to do now is turn your energy inward and see what you need, because you have this power of extreme healing right now. This extreme transformation of healing is available for you right now. And I'm seeing for you, group 2, you have dealt with some stuff in your upbringing that just made you feel unable to fully tap into your intuition, but you have this chance to have this healing change right now. You also got the Wheel of Fortune card, so you know that something needs to change, but what that something is you listening to your intuition. I know that you've had this voice in your mind telling you ideas of what to do lately, and you haven't felt fully called to truly listen to this. Another card that I drew for you is the King of Swords. So this is about mastering our thoughts, mastering our beliefs. So for you, group 2, your next step in life is you really have to examine the beliefs that were put into your mind and whether or not they are still serving you. Because for many of you, these are beliefs that were put into your mind in your childhood, in your young years, in your formative years. And it's very possible that you have never questioned them. So that questioning is really important for you right now. You're really supposed to question this. It's also tapping into your creative side. I'm seeing for many of you, you had a creative passion maybe when you were younger, but now you've kind of forced yourself into more of the typical role of adulthood that we have here on planet Earth, the typical 9 to 5 potentially, working for somebody else potentially, and that just hasn't felt completely aligned for you lately. So even if artistry isn't going to be your career and you're not looking for a career shift, going back to your creative side is extremely important for you right now. So the next steps you need to make is really examine those limiting beliefs that you had when you were a child, and just know that that little voice in your head is never wrong. You are an extremely intuitive being. I cannot tell you that enough. I cannot stress that enough. You came here to be an intuitive being, and you have the chance to transform all of that limiting beliefs and potential trauma from the past and to move forward. So what's really going to help you with this is your creativity. So the next step in your life, I need you guys to turn back to your hobby. Especially if it's an artistic and creative hobby, that is what's missing in your life. You kind of have been going forward and taking the steps of life as we are supposed to, and really being a good student of life in that way. But you have forgotten kind of that childhood joy and how to tap into that wisdom, and that's all going to be strengthened further and further as you pay attention to your creativity and you pay attention to your intuition. You have the chance to heal your beliefs right now. You have the chance to master your belief system. So really look and see if there's people that are still in your life that kind of influence those beliefs that aren't working for you anymore, and try to distance yourself from them. Try to just listen to what's within. And of course, what's going to help you a lot with that is creative practices. So I hope that that was helpful for you, group 2. I see a lot of prosperous stuff in your future, especially to do with the creativity. I really think you're on a turning point, and my heart goes out to you. Please subscribe to the channel if you want more guidance in the future. Next up, we have group 3. All right, group 3, so it's an extremely powerful time for you as well right now. The goddess card I pulled for you is the goddess Aphrodite herself. She says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So you came here with a strong message of love to share with the collective, but what I see is you haven't felt completely supported in that lately. You know that you have this fun, divinely feminine vibe, full of dancing, full of beauty, full of joy, full of empowerment. You came on this earth with those gifts to share, but it has felt difficult to share them lately, and it's because you are leveling up. It's because you are transforming. One of the tarot cards I pulled for you is the card Death. And death, though many people find it a scary card, is really just the card of transformation. It is the card of letting old parts of you die so you can triumphantly ride forward into this fully embodied version of yourself. So that is the next step for you. I know, sounds like a big step, but I know that you can do it. So you're leveling up right now. All the work that you already did in the more feminine, more supportive sphere, I'm being told that many of you work in social work or work in relation to other people closely. So this could be children, you could be teachers, this could be the elderly, you could be a support care worker. All of that kind of service jobs, those are really lighting you up, even if it's in the abstract, if you're not of service person to person, if you're more of service like online, providing services, you are really here to serve, especially in that joyful and empowered way. But you are leveling up right now. It's kind of, you are at the beginning of your journey, because we got the Page of Wands as well. So the Page of Wands often indicates starting a business or having growth in your career, having promotion in your career. So what I'm seeing is with all this service work that you've been doing, you are just feeling ready to level up and do something bigger. You're doing something bigger. For many of you watching this, I see you getting promotions coming through, getting new clients coming through. If you have your own business, getting really great reviews for the service you provide. The world is going to start to take note, but it's really important that you go through that transformation, that you let those parts of yourself that are no longer working fall away. Another tarot card that we pulled is the Seven of Swords. So this is a really maturing card. I always think of this card as a growing up, coming of age card, especially when we see it in relation to the Page of Wands. So you have a really beautiful, youthful energy, and the energy of you is kind of going from the child to the adult, going from the daughter, the girl, to the woman, going from the son to the man, whatever your gender, if it's non-binary, just that growing up, coming of age energy is really, really strong in you. So I understand why you clicked on this video, because you kind of are at that turning point. No matter your age, you feel there's a lot of momentum to change, and that's right. You have been feeling that you deserve more recognition. You have been feeling like you want to serve and you want to spread your gifts more outwardly and have more clients coming in. But what your guides are here to say is all of that is coming down the pipeline for you. all of that is going to be realized. What you can do on a personal level to make that happen closer is really connect back to why you love this work. Whatever your life's work is, I really think for many of you it is being of service to others. But whatever it is, connect back to what that is and to why that is important to you personally, and turn your work inward. Whatever support you give to others, try giving that support to yourself. And just like the card says, going into your own natural divinity and going into the dance or whatever joyful, empowering activities you like to do, going into that self-care is very important, because the oracle card I pulled for you is very interesting. It is the Council of Light. It says divine orchestration, helpers of the subtle realms. So you have guides at your disposal to help you take all this work to the next level, because that is the next step of your life. It is leveling up. Your guides want you to know that everything you're doing right now is right. You just need to level up to have it available to a larger audience, however that's going to come about for you. But when I pulled this oracle card, it showed up reversed. So this energy hasn't been fully realized. So your guides are actually calling out to you now to invite them in, because they are there to support you, but you have never truly let them in. So you need to invoke this guidance. You need to invoke these helpers of the subtle realms, and they're going to be there for you, and they're going to help you level up your work, level up your practice, and have that dignity and prestige that you are desiring right now. So truly invite your guides in. This can be as simple as vocally inviting them in, saying your little prayer, your meditation, inviting your guides to come through and help you, because they are ready to help you. I can see them standing behind the glass door, but afraid to come through, because our guides are extremely polite. They don't want to do anything that will scare us. They don't want to do anything that we are not ready for. But you're watching this video because you are ready to let them in. You're ready to let them in. So please invoke your guides. You're going to see your business, your self-care practices, your service practice. You're going to see it all bloom tenfold when you let in these helpers, because they're here to help. I hope that was helpful for you, Group 3. I see a lot of great things coming for you. You're a really great server, provider, healer, and it's all going up from here. You just have to be brave to invite in the guidance. They are here to help you. And if you want any further guidance and messages from me, please subscribe to my channel. Next up, we have Group 4. All right, Group 4. So I know that you've had a rough go of it. I'm seeing there was a lot of pain, there was a lot of despair, and there is a lot of need for healing right now. But the beautiful thing about you is, even though thing after thing were going wrong as you perceived it here on earth, you still have this really beautiful innocence and this really beautiful positivity and optimism. It may not feel like it right now, but that is one of the gifts that you were brought onto earth with, and you can really activate it now. You went through a really transformative time, but that was because there was lessons you needed to learn, there was ways you needed to grow, there were things the universe needed to present you with, and I know it was a really difficult time. I'm seeing there could have been loss of friends, loss of loved ones, betrayal, feeling bound, but now luckily what's happening is you have reached the end. You either are reaching the end very soon, or you've already reached the end, and this has all made you stronger, and this has all made you more perceptive to your own intuition. So what are the next steps for you? First of all, the goddess card I pulled for you is Mother Mary. Expect a miracle. She says, have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So I know you have been leaning into your spirituality or into your self-care, however it manifests for you, during all this tough situations. The reason I'm saying things were so tough is I'm seeing the 5 of Cups here. So this is a lot of time loss, having to rebuild after losing a relationship that was important in your life. And I'm also seeing the Devil card. So the Devil is talking about bondage, is talking about temptation, talking about being attached to someone or something that you need to break free from. So I'm seeing that recently you left a relationship, or a relationship was no more in your life, and it was very hard and very painful to go through. but at your core, you know that it needed to happen. This was potentially somebody who was just kind of controlling your life, or you thought about that person so much that they were controlling your life. I know this isn't going to apply to everyone because it's a general reading, but I'm just getting the strong sense that some of you have lost somebody in death, and I'm so sorry. That is difficult to go through all the time, but I'm seeing that you might have lost someone from illness, and it was kind of a long, drawn-out illness, and so you feel guilty, but you feel a slight bit of relief now that it's resolved and you know how to move forward. That's coming through for some of you, but for all of you, you have lost some type of a relationship, whether it's a breakup, a friend breakup, losing a parent. This has happened, but their leaving has actually opened a silver lining of you being more in control of your life. So you went through life for many years not fully in control of your own choices. It was more somebody else who you were close to who was dictating your life. But now that that relationship has run its course, you have the chance to truly embody what you came here to do. Because like I was saying at the beginning, you're a very optimistic and very powerful and very positive person. And you have miracles on the way. That is why Mother Mary has showed up for us. You have miracles coming on the way. Another super angelic card that came through was Temperance. So that's where I'm getting that you have all this peaceful energy. Despite all the hardships that you've gone through, you have this peaceful energy. So I'm really seeing that you came here to be a healer in some way, even if it's just for yourself. You're going through extreme healing right now. So what the next steps for you, what you're supposed to keep in mind, is just returning to that positive person. I'm seeing that you're coming out of a grieving time right now, and I just want you to know that when your positivity returns, which it's returning now or very soon, I don't want you to feel guilty, because I can really see the potential for you to feel guilty for being happy because you've just been hanging on to your pain for so long. Whatever your pain is, you've become comfortable living in your pain. You become comfortable living in your chains, and that's what you know, and that's how you feel safe. But the next step in your life is to return to your positivity. Return to that pure innocence that you were born with, and let yourself be cleansed. Let yourself have a fresh start. I know that it's been a lot of heavy stuff weighing on your mind. I know it's been a tough time, but I want you to commit to letting yourself have a fresh start. It's super important right now. It's super divinely guided, and you are supported in that. So the next step for you is to forgive yourself. Whatever you have to forgive yourself for. I'm seeing for many of you, it's forgiving yourself for how you acted in a certain relationship, even though a lot of the time this wasn't your fault. You have guilt that you don't need to have. It was conditioned into you by a certain relationship that was not working, but whether it's valid or not that you need forgiveness, you need to forgive yourself. Whatever it is, you need to forgive yourself. This is 100% the next step in your journey, forgiveness of yourself. And finally, the oracle card I pulled for you is this one here, and it says, what is that feeling trying to tell you? So there has been a feeling for you of a change that you need to make, of something that you need to do, and you have been blocking it out. A lot of you blocked it out because you had this relationship that you could give yourself into, and you weren't really focusing on your self-growth. You were more focusing on this relationship for whatever reason. But now that that relationship has run its course and you are feeling more free and returning to that optimism, I want you to look inside and see, what is the thing that you were putting off? What is the activity, the career, the desire that you have been putting off because you have been living, for the most part, for someone else and through a relationship? Now that you are more free, what is that feeling? After the forgiveness, that's what you ask yourself. Your next step, forgiving yourself, and then figuring out what that feeling is and going for it, because you're completely supported in it. So I hope that was helpful for you, Group 4. I know that was a heavier read, and my heart truly goes out to you. I know that you're going to be okay, though, because you're incredibly supported, and just find that forgiveness, find that optimism. And subscribe to my channel if you want further guidance in the future. Last but not least, we have Group 5. All right, group 5. So your guides are coming through loud and clear just to affirm everything you're already doing. They want you to know that you are on the right path. The oracle card I pulled for you literally says you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing true north. So yes, you've had some overthinking going on. For yourself, I'm seeing a lot of you have had some overthinking for your relationship. So this is for my folks who are in a romantic relationship. I've seen you going back and forth of whether or not this person is right for you. But for the majority of you, I want you to know that the person is right for you. Your guides have set you on your right path with your romantic relationship, and you have just been thinking those ups and downs because you're kind of feeling stagnant. It's like you've been living the same type of life, type of daily life for a long time, and you are craving a change. But your guides are saying this happens when we are very close to the next level. When we are very close to achieving the change, our daily life, we start to feel pent up, we start to feel like we're in a box and we're going crazy and we need a change. And that's when we can start to make some irrational decisions sometimes. So for people in a relationship, I'm seeing that you've been wondering whether or not you should break it off, but you guys are saying for the most part, it's okay. It's okay to stay in it, but if you break it off, that's fine too. You're already doing it. Like, you don't have to worry about that too much, if that makes sense. The goddess card I pulled for you is Bast, so she's the goddess of independence. So that's the reason a lot of you have been wondering whether or not you should break off your relationship. A lot of you have had relationship talks like on your mind. Even if you're single, you've been like giving a lot of stock to those thoughts of like, who do I want to be with and all that. But you guys just want to let you know that you are doing everything right. And if you are craving a little more variance in your relationship, just try to find ways that you can be more independent within that, because your independence is your strength. I'm seeing that you're a very strong, very independent person, and you're kind of a type A person. You have always the plans going on. So that's why you're feeling so much like you want to change, like you want to reach the goals that you've been manifesting for so long. I'm seeing many of you clicked on this video because you're looking for the next steps in your life, because you know what you want those steps to be, but yet they haven't happened yet. They haven't manifested yet in this earthly realm, and you are feeling impatient. So I'm really feeling that impatience from you. We also got the 5 of Wands from the tarot deck. So that's a really impatient, chaotic, frenetic energy, especially in the career realm. So I'm seeing you have a lot of career goals that haven't all happened yet, and you're just really wondering why haven't they all happened yet. That's why if you're in a relationship, you were thinking like, if I eased off on my relationship, would my career manifest faster? The answer is no, everything is happening in the right timing. That's why I was saying earlier that if you feel called to leave the relationship, it won't really change either way. Like, you're okay in the relationship, you're just looking for ways you can change up your life because you are feeling like that hamster on the hamster wheel. You want a change to happen and you're feeling that impatience. But what your guides are saying really clearly to me and humorously is that you just need to calm down. It's going to be okay. You're doing the right thing. Try to release some of this impatience because you're 100% on the right path. You have such a smart and quick brain. This is why you're so good with those kind of career and planning and like 5-year plan. You're great at that. That's all in your wheelhouse. But your guides are saying to look back. Here's the 8 of Pentacles. Your guides are saying to look back at all that you've already achieved, because you forget. You're very fast-paced. You're always looking for the next target. And so you forget to look back on all that you've achieved. So take some time to actually look back at all you've achieved, because it's a lot. You are a big achiever. You have a lot to be proud of yourself for. So feel that pride. When you feel that impatience sneaking up, try to feel that pride instead, because your guides are saying it's coming soon. All the things you've been asking for, they're coming soon. They're coming soon. It's just, you feel this impatience because it's kind of like right before you take the next level. You're like feeling uncomfortable in the level that you're at because you are growing energetically, but you have a little further to go before you can achieve all of it. So the next step for you is look back pridefully at what you've done Find some new way of independence if you're feeling really pent up. I can see for a lot of you have a lot of energy, so your new way of independence could be a new hobby, potentially a new like working out fitness class or hobby, just something new that can stimulate your mind to research. Any area, any field that's interesting to you, go for it. Go for it. You can amass new skills. And finally, the tarot card that I pulled for you is the Moon. So the Moon comes through when we're doing things that are more mysterious, that are more the underside, that are more introspective, reflective. So I'm seeing for you, you've stayed so on target with whatever your plan is. And the things that you want haven't manifested yet. They're coming soon. Be patient. But what you can do in this time, these next steps in your life, is really explore you. Explore that hobby or that interest through research. Explore that thing that you haven't really ever given time to because it doesn't completely align with the path that you're on. You're actually being called to be more well-rounded, to invite more things into your life because you have this quick mind, such a quick mind, that you can handle learning about multiple different things. And you're being called to do that right now. So try it out, try it out. Try being completely open to do something that's not connected to your career. Follow your heart, discover those different parts of yourself. That self-discovery is very strong in you right now. So I hope that was helpful for you, Group 5. I know great things are coming along the pipe for you. Just try to have a bit of patience and have some fun when you're waiting. All right, everybody, those were my predictions for you for the next steps you are being called to take in your life. I feel like we had a very mixed bag, lots of different predictions for the different piles, but I am seeing a lot of hopefulness in the future for all of you. So please just listen to your own unique messages, stay positive when you can, and take care of yourself. And subscribe to my channel if you want more divinely guided messages coming through me to you. I am posting one pick a card video every week, so there will be many to choose from on the channel. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you next time.